Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 298.
298.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. There's so much to see this year at Walt Disney World. We're going to talk a little bit about it. And of course, Galaxy's Edge, more towards the end of the year. We don't know the exact time frame on that yet. But MEI Mouse Fan Travel has been in business for 20 years and can assist you with any questions. And Becky was just here at Walt Disney World, and all of a sudden she's at Disneyland. So the owner of the agency, she is doing research like really all the time. I don't even think she goes home very often.
Well, be sure to check out their website for full information and a free quote.
Yes, and we're going to head, our first stop is Disney's Hollywood Studios this week.
And here we are at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and they're getting ready to start celebrating the 30th anniversary of Disney's Hollywood Studios, and here we have one of the banners.
And really it was Disney's MGM Studios when it opened. So May 1st, 1989 is actually the opening date. So May 1st will be the birthday.
I'm sure there'll be something exciting going on, and we will be there for sure.
Well, I put it in the calendar today, so hopefully, unless we are out of town.
Well, we will plan
Phantom Manor.
Yes. Well, you never know. That is true. But in here you see more banners leading into Toy Story Land, brand new land that opened less than a year ago.
But we weren't heading to Toy Story Land. We were heading to, they call it now Municiberg, but the former Pixar Place, which sort of is probably still Pixar Place because it's still Pixar themed,
right?
Has been changed to an Incredibles theme for now until September 30th. I'm going to assume that is when it's going to end because we have Galaxy's Edge opening, but you never know.
Yeah, we've been told that it could be a overflow line for Galaxy's Edge, a line area. So I guess we'll just wait and see what happens with the area.
But at least they're using Pixar Place. It was really nice to see it open again because it's been many months. But we're just taking a quick look around Municipal. You went to a media event for us.
Yeah, so what we're going to see here is a combination of some, like these are the models from the media event, and then we're there during a normal day to really show it like it is. And here we have Jack. Looks like he just ran through the wall and disappeared and climbed up the wall and then disappeared again. So I think it's very nice with the theming of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun little area. You can see there's a gift shop here, and the gift shop sells mostly Incredibles merchandise, but we're also looking kind of up the wall. There are some photo ops. This is really the main one as far as really a painted photo op.
That's right, and we're about to see some demonstrations of some of the various poses that you can do.
And it was kind of nice to be able to see this first, but then we went back ourselves to, a lot of the guests were using this area. And then you have the neighborhood bakery. It's really just a kiosk which has a variety of different items, including the Num Num cookie, which is so popular at Disney California Adventure.
And popular here. The line got pretty long, and we'll talk about that. We actually tried them ourselves, as well as the Mrs. Incredible's mask that you're seeing down there. So there was a whole variety of different items. We're going to look at all of them right now.
And the Mrs. Incredible mask, this is not the first time that has been offered. It was offered at the Magic Kingdom for the Incredible Summer last year. We did not try it at that time.
And you see there is a hero sandwich, very fitting for the Incredibles area.
And you did not try that. I mean, during the media event, you mostly photographed, and then you had the Num Num cookie, and of course, then I had to get one the next time.
And the pretzel.
When
I really wanted
back.
to try
Yes.
the pretzel. And those straws, we have those straws previously. I purchased those at Pixar Fest at Disney California Adventure. So it's nice that you can get them here at Walt Disney World. And next up is the key lime pie on a stick, although it's blue, so you would think key lime would be a green color. But anyway, I'm told it is rich and decadent from the chef over here.
And we're going to also look, here is the alien popcorn bucket. It had been here last year for a very short period of time, and then at some point they had the Santa ones.
Right,
which
we had the Christmas version.
Yes, the Christmas version, and now this one's back. And here is the Mrs. Incredible's mask. And I thought when I first saw it before that it was pepper on it, but it's actually a black salt. And then here is the Num Num cookie, which is always served warm, and sometimes it'll be even hotter than that.
Oh yeah, so good. Very, very gooey and tasty. And another shot of Mrs. Incredible's mask. The pretzel there, I really like the pretzel, is great. Wasn't a big fan of the cheese, but you could save a little money by getting just the mask without the cheese and maybe put some mustard on there.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. So here we are looking at the bakery again. I mean, it's not really a big bakery or anything.
And look at the mess on the ground. Actually, that's not real. Disney painted these little cookie crumbs, and you can kind of follow that around. So it's nice detail for Pixar, or I guess Municiberg. Yes, I have to get used to that.
But
Here's some more. I tell you, these Pixar characters are slobs.
Well, obviously you didn't like the cookie enough. I would have eaten the cookie.
Yeah,
no.
not one crumb left our table.
No, I don't think so. And then there is a super shindig. This is a dance party, and this is during the media event, so it's not quite as crowded. And it's with Frozone, Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, though I think they kind of swap out, so you probably have a couple of the characters at any given time. It does get very busy back here. It is not a huge area, but it was really popular, and then they were doing hula hoops and probably other games, so it's not just a dance party.
Yeah, very, very interactive, more than I've seen in the past, so it's very nice, and you can hear it way down the street. So as soon as you hear, you walk into Municiberg, if you hear the music, dance party is started.
Well, I think, and it goes on for hours, and they have a host or two that kind of lead you through it, and it looks like a lot of fun, actually.
And a quick look up at the Municiberg Plaza, and now the highlight for me was the Edna Mode experience. Now this was during the media event, and I was just trying to get a little video of the exterior showing the entrance, and I noticed while I was recording, there is Edna herself getting ready. So there she is waving, and it was really cool.
And nobody was with her yet, so of course Jeff's like, okay, I'm going in.
I was the first guest ever to meet her, which was pretty cool.
And then this is after, a few days later, when we both went back. So it's kind of a combination of both. The one thing here is it doesn't say Edna Mode meet and greet. So I think a lot of guests might not know that. And they didn't have a placard yet outside like they do for Mike and Sulley. So I think a lot of guests could miss that. And so hopefully at some point they'll have something.
Now I do like the storytelling, because before you meet Edna, you go through this area. Now this was not opened when I was there for the media preview, and that's why another reason we wanted to go back. But you're seeing all Edna's costumes for the Incredibles.
Well, they call it the Super Suit Gallery.
Yeah, that's right. So you're seeing all the super suits. There's Violet's suit right there.
Right, and they have Frozone's suit, and so we're in line, and I think we waited about 15 minutes. We had been told it could be a half hour, but we probably waited 15 to 20 minutes at most. We got in line before it actually even opened.
That's right, and we were, it went by quick. We were talking to our good friend Remy from Disneyland Paris, so the time kind of went by just chatting with him, and again, new stuff for us to look at. And again, here's the Frozone suit, and here is this? No,
I think it's Dash's. Yes, Dash's suit.
Very nice.
Because Jack's would be so tiny.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were correct.
So we are actually right next to where you go in to meet Edna Mode. When you meet Edna Mode, it's one of the private type experiences. You kind of go around the corner, and then you're with her, but maybe
it's just you. Like nobody else is in your space. That's my very favorite type of meet and greet, because it's really, you feel an intimate meeting with the character that way.
And I like that too. And other people aren't necessarily taking photos of you, maybe from outside or something. So it really is nice. And there is Edna Mode. We have met her at Disney California Adventure. She meets there at Pixar Pier.
And we've also met her at Walt Disney World when we went to one of the DVC events over at Epcot. So it's not the first time of meeting Edna here for us anyway at Walt Disney World.
And at the DVC party, it took a lot longer for guests to meet her, because she really is very popular. So here is Edna showing, I guess she was showing all the, let's say, magazine covers, artwork.
Her office, yes. I was asking her to show us some of the decorations in her office, all very nicely themed towards Edna herself.
And she should be here at least then through September 30th as well. Again, I don't know what will become of this area once, October 1st comes around. So if you're going to be here at Walt Disney World until September 30th, you should definitely check that out. And you can see the Edna Mode experience. And hopefully they'll have a little placard just so that everybody knows she's there.
So now we're heading over to Walt Disney Presents, because Mike and Sulley are meeting. They've returned.
And Mike and Sulley, up until a few years ago, they were near the AFI building, which is no longer an AFI building. And they had been meeting there for years and years. But now they are at Walt Disney Presents, as you mentioned. They are where Star-Lord and Baby Groot had been. And before that, Moana has been there.
Yeah.
So they've had a number of meet and greets. So if you know where the meet and greet area is, it's the same place.
And you can see it's very nicely themed, and there's a nice doorway in the background, and there they are, Mike and Sulley themselves.
And from what I understand during the media event, it wasn't quite ready 100%. It was pretty close, but I think there's some changes that have either happened or are coming to this meet and greet location.
So we'll have to go and wait in line and check it out. I'd like to see what the queue is like. So the whole queue was not opened when I was there, but at least I got to see them, and I had plenty of time to get some footage. So that was good.
And that 30 minutes was on the low end. I have seen 45 minutes or more for these characters. They're really popular. I don't know that they've never not been I think they've always been very popular here at the studios.
Well, the last time we met them was at Pixar Fest, and that was when they were alternating with a bunch of other Pixar characters. So, you know, there was no guarantee that you were going to meet them. So here, at least, you are 100% guaranteed to meet Mike and Sulley.
And I looked up, I was trying to figure out when they started at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and I'm not sure of that, but like back in 2013, I wrote an article when they were in their Munsters University costumes.
Right.
Here they're more just in their regular Munsters, outfits.
Yeah, this is their classic outfits from the first Monsters, Inc. And also, in typical fashion, you have a little gift shop on your way out of a bunch of Monsters merchandise.
Right, and you can find more Pixar merchandise at a number of shops in Disney's Hollywood Studios. There's quite a bit more than this of probably Munsters and all of the Pixar movies.
And this little area previously had all sorts of Guardians of the Galaxy stuff.
For a long time, Star-Lord and Baby Groot, they were really popular as well here. That was an excellent meet and greet.
And the very last thing we did is we took a look at the Chinese theater. Last time we had been there, they were doing some construction, or renovation anyway. So the exterior is looking pretty good. And
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will be here. I think it's supposed to come in fall, just like the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. There's no dates. Also, you know what else is supposed to be here later this year is the gondola system, the Skyliner. So a lot is coming later this year.
And Lightning McQueen, let's not forget. That'll be very soon, the Lightning McQueen.
I think March. I have to write that in the calendar as well. There's so many dates to remember.
And here we are at the Magic Kingdom. This is a composite of a couple days.
So right now, Disney is celebrating Mickey and Minnie's 90th birthdays, which actually was last year. But this is a celebration time. We're heading to the Town Square area, which is Mickey and Minnie Celebration Central, and you can see balloons. We also have, it's like a guest book signing that you were there, and you receive, it says you're invited, and it lists about 10 different things that you can do for their birthday, and here I am signing the book. And then they give you stickers as well inside.
And this is very similar to what happened on Mickey's actual 90th birthday. In that case, though, you had a big giant banner and everybody signed it. In this case, it's a book, and I think it's a little easier with the book. And this is very nice, this card set here with the stickers that you're getting.
It really makes for a nice little souvenir to take with you. And here he is showing the stickers inside. And they're kind of the new Mickey and Minnie style, I guess, from the newer cartoons.
That's right, the very new look. And we're going to meet Mickey and Minnie now in their celebration outfits, and there they are.
And it has changed already. We're going to see Mickey and Minnie with their party hats, but they will not, I guess they no longer have them. At some point in the last few days that changed.
Well, I noticed that picture that we just saw outside there, Mickey was not wearing his party hat in the artwork, so maybe we got lucky. I'm very glad we got to meet him in his full party attire.
And if you look at the artwork, all of the artworks mentions the celebration review. It all has to do with birthdays, and as you walk inside as well.
And the music is different. They've changed the music. It's more a big band style music, which is very nice. And there's Minnie, and she has her full party hat. I didn't appreciate it at the time, but I'm so glad that we ended up meeting them I met them 3 times. First was the media time, and then we met them once together. And there was such a short line, we decided we'll go meet them one last time.
Well, it was funny because it had been like an hour wait, and then it went down to like a 15-minute wait. So you can see their party hats, and it is funny that in the artwork, what they are wearing there is more what they're wearing now, since they stopped wearing the party hats.
One thing that was very nice is when you were at the D23 event, you surprised me with a Mickey and Minnie plush with these outfits. So I decided, why not bring them for a photo opportunity? So I think we'll get to see some of that. Yes, here they are now, Mickey and Minnie with their plush.
They were only like about $20, including a pin, and I thought that was pretty good for a plush and a pin set. I didn't know if we were going to give them as gifts or end up keeping them.
Well, something tells me we will be keeping them
I
now,
think so, yeah.
especially since they've made an appearance here with the Big Cheese and Minnie themselves.
And Mickey and Minnie have not met together in the Magic Kingdom in a number of years. Not since Storybook Circus opened, and Minnie has been over there since then.
That's right, in the Pete's Silly Sideshow. And so it's very nice to see him now. Now, it's not a talking Mickey, so don't expect to have a real conversation with them. But one thing I should also mention is you can do this with a Fast Pass. So they do have Fast Pass availability, which is probably a good thing because the line can get pretty long.
Right, and here they were still looking at Mickey and Minnie. And I really did like those party hats, so it will be interesting to see if they are off them for good now.
So also they have surprise characters at the flagpole. This is where Pluto used to be. Pluto has moved to Pete's Silly Sideshow, and we'll be seeing that later. But on the first day here, you had Nick and Judy Hops from Zootopia.
And this was on a Friday, and you had said it's sort of like surprise characters, but now we should expect Nick and Judy probably for a number of Fridays, and then they might kind of switch it up. Phineas and Ferb were on Saturday, and then Chicken Little and Abby Mallard were Sunday, and then it just continued for 7 days. They had sets of characters, one set of characters each day, and it's on the app, so it's not a total surprise. It's more like they would call it limited time magic, like what we used to have a number of years ago.
Yeah, very, very reminiscent of the old limited time magic, which was great. It was something that everybody loved, but we were most excited for the characters that we're about to see that came out on Monday, and that would be Robin Hood and Little John.
Well, actually, for me, Remy and Emile, we're going on Wednesday, and I can't wait to see them. But
Yes.
Little John, we've met him before recently at a DVC event about
one
1 year ago.
1 year ago. Mm-hmm.
And he was there with Robin Hood, like a number of the different characters. But he is somebody we don't really see in the parks hardly ever.
And he's awesome. Just look at him. Look at how awesome, and look at his face. He's so happy. I love Little John.
And the characters, I don't want to say they're all rare because Nick and Judy are not totally rare. And there is Robin Hood. He was kind of playing a little hide and seek with you there.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Hood and Little John really are pretty rare for our parks.
Well, especially Little John. You know, I don't think he's come out on a normal day in many, many years.
And he lost his hat at
Yes,
some point.
I see no hat on Little John, but they were great. I mean, great interactions. I have to say, not just this day, but from all the days, all the people we've talked to, they've really given excellent interactions. And you can't beat this backdrop of Cinderella Castle. I mean, you just can't beat that.
And at one point while they were there, the Move It, Shake It, Mouse It, Dance It street party went by. And we're not going to talk about that today, but I definitely recommend that. They have some rare characters in that as well, at least rare for us, like Clarice.
Well, these guys were dancing to it. That was a fun thing, and they were looking and waving at some of the characters as they came by. So it was really good fun. And the reason we're not talking about the Move It, Shake It, Mouse It, Dance It is because we had a special surprise where Maleficent returned, and we'll be talking about that next after we finish up with talking about the various characters and giving tips on that.
There was so much to see this week, including the Epcot International Festival of the Arts, which we would have probably talked about like the whole show today if other things weren't going on. And here comes Robin Hood and Little John. And that was really a fun day. Robin Hood met by himself a little bit because Little John's hat was an issue on this day. So hopefully they'll meet together, for the entire set next time. But there's not a guarantee. Sometimes you might just get the one character.
Very true. And that happened quite a bit on this first week. So now we're heading over to Pete's Silly Sideshow.
And we're heading in to meet Pluto, who has taken the place of Minnie Mouse. Minnie had been here on the same side as Daisy in this meet and greet for years and years. And we have not actually been here since the first few days, except to see like the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah, only for special events do we go in there.
Right. Right. And this is a special event because we're going to see Pluto in a minute. But first, we're going to meet Daisy because and there's Pluto. And Pluto's actually by himself for a minute or two here because the first guest will meet Daisy and he just performs while waiting.
Which is very nice. That's one of the bonuses, that you get 2 character meets on each side for one line. So that's really nice. And here comes Daisy in her what do you call this outfit?
It's sort of like, I don't know, a fortune teller outfit, I believe.
Oh, and right, because I asked her to tell us our fortune, and I think she said health, and I told her that is
good
very
health.
important. I will take the good health. See, I will take it.
And we waited about 40 minutes. The sign had said 20, so you never know. It could be a little bit longer than what it states. But it was really fun to see Pluto here. And the best part is these same dogs that were behind Minnie are here. So now
the pirouetting Parisian pups.
Right.
And somehow, of all people, of all characters, Pluto is now in charge of them. But he takes that very seriously.
And Pluto really was really animated here, literally. So this was a fun meet and greet, and it's very similar. The background is very similar.
Well, it's nice. It's nice when you see a little more with Pluto because he has a hat now. Usually all he'll have is a different collar, maybe a different name tag. So it's nice that they give him a hat.
And he has a different collar as well. So anyway, this is Pluto, and so you can find him here probably till September 30th, and I'm going to assume that Minnie Mouse will return here, but I mean, you never know.
Right, who knows?
They haven't announced anything past that.
And you mentioned this is when he first came out and there were no guests, so he had to sort of entertain himself, and I guess he was also entertaining the PhotoPass. See, the PhotoPass even plays along with him, so a little bonus fun with Pluto.
And we were at the Magic Kingdom a lot in the past week, more than we normally are.
Not fully planned either.
Right. Like on this day, we're waiting for Maleficent, who has returned. And we only found out that morning. We were over at Epcot. We were planning to spend the whole day at the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. And then my Twitter sent me a notification saying that
this would be the day.
Yes, for Maleficent to return. And I did not expect it. So we headed over here. And waited about an hour and a half.
Which was totally worth it for this perfect angle and great lighting. And all these guys that you're seeing here, they have not been in the parade.
Well, all of these performers, and even, I don't know that Prince Philip has been in the parade for a while. I think during Christmas and Halloween, because they were using the float, I looked online and the last number of parades that I looked at did not have him and Princess Aurora, and they were in the parade when we saw it after the float had burned. But anyway, they also have the fairies, so it's really a nice float set. It's not just Maleficent returning, but it's the ravens. It's really just all of these performers that surround Maleficent.
And it's so important. I mean, this is really, to me, this is the best part. This is the highlight of the whole parade. So it's just extra special to have her back. And look at this. Look at those eyes, those green eyes, and she's going to breathe fire. And I don't think it's ever looked as good.
She has always been the highlight of the parade, so I'm really glad to have her back. I remember when Festival of Fantasy first debuted, we were there, and I said, this is the parade the Magic Kingdom deserves, because it's just we have this fantastic parade now. So I'm happy that she's back because it really makes the whole parade.
Well, at least for us, in the meantime, we were able to see a very similar Maleficent over at Disneyland Paris.
A little bit different, but not too much. They're both steampunk style dragons. They're both huge and probably about the same size. A little bit different. They look a little different from each other, but not enough. And for a little while after Maleficent had gone on fire, they didn't have the full fire effect from her. So
at Disneyland Paris, it was just smoke. And also after the parade, I want to mention that this was a Friday and Nick and Judy were roaming. And when they roam, it's a lot of fun. It's not a lot of fun if you want to get a picture with them because they move fast, but it is a lot of fun just to watch all their antics and them running around town square.
Right. They'll meet from 11:30. The special characters meet from 11:30 till about parade time. But then after parade time, they roam town square. I don't know if that's going to continue exactly like that for the rest of the year, but right now that's how it goes.
So believe it or not, that is another show.
That's another show.
We want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Definitely check them out. This is January. This is the best time to be booking a trip for the rest of the year. There's so many different offers, whether it's free dining for some of the months or discounts on rooms. Definitely check them out. There's a lot that's going to happen later this year, both at Disneyland, because they'll have Galaxy's Edge first as well, and at Walt Disney World. So we are heading to Disneyland probably in June, it looks like.
So we might be there just in time, or maybe a little early for Galaxy. Either way,
we'll
I'm
see.
happy.
You know
Either way,
what?
it's
We'll
good.
see, because it's going to have been about almost a year since we would have been to Disneyland, which is a long time for us. But I'm really looking forward to that. But check MEI Travel out, and they can help you with your trip.
So next week we'll have lots more, including the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. Hopefully we'll finally be able to stay a full day like we plan, as we do have that plan for this week. Also, we're going to go back to the Magic Kingdom once again to see Remy and Emile.
Hopefully they'll both be there, because I'm really looking forward to seeing them at the Magic Kingdom. And of course, the Move It, Shake It, Mouse Can Dance It Street Party. But I'm not even sure what else yet, because it feels like things just kind of are popping up,
Well, we
randomly.
still have some footage from Margaritaville that recently officially opened here in the Orlando area.
Margaritaville Hotel and Resort.
So anyway, thanks again for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.